Good morning Year 3, welcome to your maths video for Wednesday the 24th of February. Now this is a video for you if you've got the Year 3 maths booklet. So today we're going to be completing pages 23 and 24 in our maths booklets, which has got the title at the top of both pages, Using Times Table Facts. Now before we get on to that, let's warm ourselves up ready for our learning today and have a look at some of the question types and our learning question. So, today for our warm-up, I want you to find me 10 different ways of making the number 100. And you can use the 4 operations to do this. So you might do an addition, subtraction, a multiplication and a division. You might repeat them again, or you could use 2 of these operations in one number sentence to give me the answer 100. So if you're needing your purple books for this warm-up challenge, and can you write 10 different ways of making the number 100? So if I have a little go at this now, I know that 50, add 50 is 100, so that's double 50. So the first number sentence I'm going to write is 50 add 50. I know that equals 100. I've made the number 100. Now, because I know 50 add 50, that's double 50 equals 100, that's also the same as saying 2 times 50, because I want 2 lots of 50, and that will also equal 100. So there, I've managed to use an addition and a multiplication already and come up with 2 number sentences. Now remember, if you're going to be using division and subtractions as well, you need to start with a bigger number at the beginning of your number sentence because you need to get the answer 100. So your number, if you're using a division or a subtraction, needs to be bigger than 100 at the start of your number sentence. So I can't wait to see if you can come up with 10 different ways of making the number 100 in your purple book. Off you go. So hopefully you've just completed my warm-up challenge in your purple books. I can't wait to see all the different number sentences you come up with. So our learning question for today is, can I apply my knowledge of times table facts and written methods for multiplication and division? Now before we move on to discussing our learning question, I want to give a big shout out to Alfie David and Seren. Your work yesterday in maths was just fantastic. Your short divisions were brilliant, so well done, I'm really impressed. And lots of you at home were fantastic at short divisions too. I know they were quite tricky, we were learning a new written method, but you all gave it a really good go, so well done. So today we're going to be using our times table facts and using those written methods again for multiplication and division. So we did short division yesterday, and a couple of weeks ago, we learned short multiplication too. And we know that we use these written methods when we're either multiplying large numbers or we're dividing a large number, okay? So let's have a look at some of the question types that we've got on our pages 23 and 24 today. So on page 23 at the top, question 1, you'll notice we've got these 3 one-digit multiplications again, and we were fabulous at these before half-term year 3, so I'm just going to recap them and you can have a go at these in your maths booklet. So remember, when we do these multiplications, we're going to break it down, we're going to do it in 2 steps. So I'm going to cover over the multiplying by 4, and I'm first of all going to do 3 times 2. 3 lots of 2. So let's count in our 2s. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so that's the answer to that, 6. And I'm going to be multiplying 6 by 4. So I've broke it down into 2 parts. 6 times 4, 6 lots of 4s. So let's count in our 4s until we've got 6 lots of 4s. Are you ready? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. That's 6 lots of 4s is 24. So our answer to that one is 24. Last one then, breaking it down again, we're going to start with 5 times 2. That's our first step. 5 times 2, I know lots of you will be shouting 10 at me because we know that one straight away. And we're going to multiply 10 by 6. I know lots of you will be shouting this one out too. 10 times 6 is 60. So the answer is 60. Okay, so video now and just complete the questions on question number 1 at the top of page 23, and then come back to the video when you have completed them. Right, so throughout your 2 pages of work for today on page 23 and 24, you may have seen that we're going to be using related times table facts to help us, okay? Now, we did a bit of work on this the other day. So if we have a look at some of the similar questions that you've got on your pages today, and then you can have a go in your book too. So I've got 7 multiplied by 40. Now, my 4 times table, I know up to 12 times 4, but 7 multiplied by 40, I won't just know off the top of my head, that's a very big number. Now, some of you might want to put this in short multiplication, but we can use our related times table facts. So if I cover over that 0, can you see that number sentence there? It's 7 multiplied by 4. And we can use that related times table fact to help us work out this question. So 7 times 4, let's count in our 4s. Ready? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. So 7 times 4 is 28. Now, if you have a look, 40 is 10 times bigger than 4. So what do you think we need to do with our answer? Or if you said make it 10 times bigger, well done, year 3. So to make 28 10 times bigger, each of my place value columns will move 10 times bigger, okay? And we're going to need to add a place holding 0 on the end. So 28 becomes 280 because the number's got 10 times bigger. So we've used our related times table fact to help us work out that bigger multiplication there, okay? Another one, similar to the ones that you've got in your book, it's wrote in words, but we know we can just write out the calculation. 60 divided by 2. So I write that out in numbers, 60 divided by 2. So we're splitting 60 into 2 equal groups. Now I know lots of you will be shouting, it's 30, and that's fantastic if you got that straight away, okay? But remember, we can always use our related times table facts. If I cover over that 0, I can see 6 divided by 2. And we know 6 divided by 2 is 3, but we need to make our answer 10 times bigger, which is 30. Right, another similar question, we were doing these the other day as well, 180 divided by 3, okay? Now I know my 3 times table up to 12 times 3, which is 36, but I don't know up to 180, but if you have a look at that number closely, if we cover over the 0, we can see 18 divided by 3, okay? So we know we can count in our 3s until we get to 18. Are you ready to count in your 3s with me? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. That's 6. Okay. But what do you notice about 180 and 18? 180 is 10 times bigger. So what do we need to make our answer? 10 times bigger. So 6 times 10, we know, is 60, okay? So you can use your related times table facts to help with some of the harder questions on your pages in your booklet for today. Now we've looked at the questions for question number 1, and we've looked at how we can use our related times table facts to help us solve bigger questions, but also today there'll be some multiplication and division questions that you're going to be needing to use your written methods of short multiplication or short division, where you'll be multiplying and dividing large numbers and you can't just work that out in your head. So we're just going to recap how to use short multiplication and short division today so you can use them if you need them. So if we just have a look, I've done a short multiplication here, 43 multiplied by 3. So we multiply the 1s first and then we multiply the 10s. Now I've got a short division. We know dividing is the opposite of multiplying. And you can see my short division, remember we called it bus stop method yesterday as well. So we've drawn our bus stop. I've seen how many 3s fit into 7. That was 2 with 1 left over because 3 times 2 is 6, but we need to get to 7, so I've got 1 left over. Then how many 3s fit into 12? That is 4, okay? So let's have a look and go through some short multiplications and short divisions together. So you might want to grab your whiteboards now to have a go at these with me. Starting with short multiplication then, so hopefully you've got your whiteboards, or you can either do this in your purple book as well. 36 multiplied by 8. So have a think about how we'd set this out. We know our 8 times table up to 8 times 12, but we don't know 36 times 8, so we're going to use short multiplication. So we're going to get our first number 36, and we're multiplying it by 8 ones. So line it up under your ones column. And get your ruler out to draw your lines. Okay, so which column do we start with a short multiplication? Is it the tens or the ones? Or if you said the ones, well done. So I'm going to do 8 multiplied by 6. So we need to count in our 8 times table. Are you ready to count in your 8s with me? Do we remember them from the other day? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. That's 6 times 8. So we're going to leave those 8 ones there, and I'm going to exchange and carry my 4 tens underneath the tens column, because we're going to need to add them on shortly. So we've multiplied the ones, we're now going to multiply the tens. So 8 multiplied by 3. 8 times 3, we can count in our 3s or our 8s. Okay, we're just counting our 8, so let's carry on counting our 8s because we're multiplying by 8. Are you ready? 8, 16, 24. But I've got these 4 tens to add on because remember it's 24 tens. So 24, add my 4, so 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So I've added those 4 on. I'm going to leave those 8 there and carry the 200 over because 28 tens is worth 280. I've got no hundreds to multiply, so I just need to add these 200s on. So I've got 288. Did you manage to get that answer at home? I'm sure you did. Right, last short multiplication question then. 45 multiplied by 5. If you want to pause the board now and have a quick go, and then we can go through it after together to see if you got it right. Okay, so I'm going to go through it now. So we're going to have 45 at the top, multiplied by 5. So I've lined up my ones. Starting with the ones, we're going to do 5 times 5. And we know 5 times 5 is 25. So I'm going to leave my 5 ones there and carry those 2 tens underneath the tens column. I've multiplied the ones, so now I need to multiply the tens. 5 times 4. Now 5 times 4 is 20. Well done if you're shouting this out at home. But I've got these 2 tens to add on. So 20 add 2, 21, 22. That's 22. I'm going to carry, then it's 22 tens, so I'm going to carry those hundreds under there. I've got no hundreds to multiply, so I just need to add those hundreds on. So if you pause my video, did you manage to get 225? I'm sure you did, okay? So you might want to wipe your boards clean now while we have a go at a couple of short divisions, okay? So, short division is another written method that we learned yesterday where we're dividing large numbers. Remember I called it the bus stop method because the first thing we need to do is draw a bus stop, okay? So here's my bus stop. And remember our divisor is 4, so we put that divisor on the outside and the number that's being divided is 72. So we know 72 has got 7 tens and 2 ones, but we use short division to break down the calculation. So we're going to colour over that number there and we're going to see how many 4s fit into 7. Let's count in our 4s. 4, 8. So only 1 4 fits into 7. So I'm going to record that on the top of my bus stop. But how many have I got left over? That's 1 4. I need to count on from 4 to get to 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 3 left over. So remember we carry those 3 to the next column. What number have we got there now? 32. How many 4s fit into 32? Let's count in our 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. Okay, that's 8 lots. So we've got to 32. Record 8 lots on the top. My answer is 18. I wonder if you got that answer at home too. Okay, we'll do one more short division before we move on. I've got 87 divided by 3. So like before, you might want to pause the video now, have a go at this in short division by yourself, and then play my video again to see if you get the right answer. Okay, so I'm going to go through the answer now. So I'm going to quickly draw my bus stop out. Oh, I'm going to redo that line. Think about my presentation. Here we go. There's my bus stop ready for my short division. We put our divisor on the outside of the bus stop and the number we're dividing inside the bus stop. We know that's 87, that's 8 10s and 7 1s, but we're going to break it down. How many 3s fit into 8? How many 3s are there in 8? Let's count in our 3s. 3, 6, 9. So we can only fit 2 3s in 8, so I'm going to record that. And we know 2 3s are 6. So how many is left over from 8? 6, 7, 8. We have 2 left over. So that's 27 now. How many 3s are in 27? Well, I know that 9 times 3 is 27. So there are 9 3s in 27. So did you get the answer? 29. Okay, I'm sure you did. Finally then, when you get to the bottom of page 24 on questions 7 and 8, you will see there are some word problems there, which remember, for our word problems, we use rucksack. So you need to read the question first carefully. When you're understanding it, remember for our U, we also might underline any key parts of it, key numbers to use, or key words that tell us which operation we're doing, multiplying or dividing. Choose that operation, which one you think, judging from the words that have been used. Solve your problem, answer it, and then most importantly, check it makes sense at the end, so you might redo the calculation. Now in today's work, there will be some questions where you'll need to use your short division method or your short multiplication. Okay, you need to read your questions really carefully. Remember, you can make notes all around your page, and I can't wait to see the work that you complete on pages 23 and 24 today in your maths booklets. So good luck, Year 3, and I'll see you soon.